Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy the Testicle. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, you've probably noticed with a lot of my highlight reels, it's the same champion that's been popping up recently. And I just actually noticed it myself. So I thought, you know what? Even though I'm a bit of a Hulk main, I thought I'd do this one because honestly, with people, if they do decide to come watch my content, I'm assuming they'd expect to see Magneto. So I'm sort of not just trying to like get it out of the way, like take the piss. I actually will put a little bit of effort into this one, but I thought I'd just get it out of the way at the moment. So yeah, here we are. We're going to do a fucking Magneto guide. Arguably one of the most, I'm not going to use the word busted, but he's a very strong tank at the moment. And he's also a great character to learn. If you don't know how to play him, he hardly ever gets banned, and he's super strong. Always going to be useful. Shut up, you fucking dickhead. Alright, so firstly, let's just look at his fucking abilities. Left click, iron volley. So, essentially, it's a flat cannon, right? Like, I'm not going to fucking beat around the bush. That's all it is. If you play Paladins, you know, Ash. Same similar thing. You shoot fucking the easy little burst, and if you miss, oh shit, hit the floor, does a little bit less damage. However, ideally, you do want to get that fucking direct hit. However, it's good just for good poke, you know, like, if you just want to get a little bit of damage from distance, you know, oh, we're missing some. You don't have to be too accurate. Very consistent damage, and as you can see there, it's actually pretty high damage. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's like insane burst, but it is very good damage, you know, 4 tap. Not too shabby. Next up, his right click. So arguably his right click, which is his fucking, what do you call it? The mag cannon. Arguably the bread and butter of his kit, right? Basically what his kit is all based around. It's this little fucking Kamehameha fucking blast thing here, right? As you can see there, it does a pretty solid chunk of damage, and it actually does more damage the more it's charged up. I don't know why it took me so long to do that. But as you can see there, do these little passive there in the middle, the little fucking arrows, it builds up slowly over time. However, there's another thing that I'll quickly bring up later, actually. I think I'll just go over this thing now. Something to note with Magneto. So if we just change the hero quickly to, oh shit, Mantis. He does have not a one-shot combo, but it is a burst combo. Sweet, I missed it. I think you get the idea though, you know, left click, right click, left click, or right click, left click, left click. Obviously the fastest way, because there is a delay between shots, and it's not like Doctor Strange, because his melee is so slow, it's not worth meleeing in between. But yep, just bang, 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 burst. That's the end of their life, you know. So that's a cute little combo you got there. Now, arguably the strongest part of his kit, his shields. So his shields are sort of like with Spider-Man's like pull and pull himself towards people and pull people towards himself. He has a shield which has, I want to say, about 300 health, because I reckon Hulk's individual shield for himself is 200. I reckon it's a little bit stronger than that. I don't know that for a fact. I should have fucking researched. I'll put it up here somewhere. I'll put it on as a little fucking text box. All you need to know, he gets one shield. One shield. He can put it on himself, or he can put it on a teammate. However, he only has one cooldown for it. The interesting thing about his shield, though, if we turn off the ability cooldown, so as you can see there, bang. Oh, fuck. We're going to have to turn on ability cooldown. There you are, more you know. So as you can see here, bang. Place that on there. Assuming that it does good damage. Well, fuck this. Okay, long story short, the more damage they end up doing to the shield, the more free recharge you will get for your right click. So in theory, you're in a fight, you're fighting a big dog, bang, put the shield on yourself, they start destroying it, you're fighting back, you're fighting back. As you can see, it didn't do much damage there, but if they were to destroy it, say a Punisher roll or something, or even not that extreme, maybe just a Punisher's assault rifle ended up breaking it, you'd be able to get your right click back. So in theory, you have a little bit of burst there, you know, you shoot, apply a shield to yourself, it gets destroyed by a thing, bang, right click again, and it would do good damage, way more than that. Obviously, you've seen how much damage does at full charge. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it also has a knockback. Next up is his shield, okay, his big shield in front of him. Now, a lot of people will see the shift down there, and they'll think, oh yeah, sweet, then I can just use it again. No, well you can, however, it's not always the best choice. Something to note about Magneto's shield, I don't know if you've noticed it ever, on the right hand side there is actually a resource bar, and even though in theory you can absolutely spam this dog, As you can see there, if you use it and the resources bugger all, you're rooted, you know. However, a good thing about it is that it is a very strong shield. Now, obviously, it's not like Strange's or anything. However, that's Strange's whole gimmick, that he has the best shield. It is a very solid shield, and it doesn't cover that much room. However, if you do have the team up with the new lady, Emma Frost, new as of the date making this, what is it? It's the 28th of April. You can do the little team up with Emma. Oh, damn. We'll just wait for us. Yep, sweet. So you team up with Emma, bang. 2 big shields. That covers up a fuckload of space, you know. That takes up essentially the entire fucking row in most places. Like if you go on the Yggdrasil map and you're pushing up to the second point after you get past the first one, that'll take up the whole area, you know. That's a free shield for everyone. Lastly, in his kit, he does have his ultimate. Now, a lot of people have seen this ult. Obviously, you can definitely one-tap fucking, you know, Cloak and Dagger, assuming you hit them precisely. However, there's a couple things that I want to bring up with the ult, just so that I'm not going to insult your intelligence, you know. I'm assuming you all know, like, how it works, how obviously the longer it charges, the more the bar goes down, the more damage it will do. However, I'm assuming you also know that it will absorb a lot of damage, and if it absorbs too much, it'll fucking break. But something I wanted to bring up is you don't necessarily have to just use it as a kill, you know? Like, charge it up, damage, 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 more damage, bang. Oh, didn't even kill that, that's crazy. But what I was going to say is, one thing that I think a lot of people don't actually use it for, which I'd argue is it's really strong for. A lot of people talk about defensive ultimates. Now, yes, obviously, don't get me wrong, killing a Cloak and Dagger in her ult is obviously the best use case, or a Luna Snow or something, or a Mantis. However, let's pretend there's a Star-Lord, right? Let's pretend there's a Star-Lord. Now, he's not like Punisher, where he's just pumping absolute metric fuck tons of damage. However, let's pretend like Star-Lord's trying to go for your backline, and they only need a couple seconds, right, to get behind cover. Bang. See that little AoE and that little purple area around me? Bang. Damn, shocking. Shocking aim. But what I was going to get at is that is a defensive ult, you know. So that whole little AoE area around you, when you're looking at the floor, nothing is going to get past you. So there is going to be no fucking bullets that are going to be able to get past you. And that is not just with, obviously, damage as well. But let's pretend they have a Cloak and Dagger or a Luna Snow. They're trying to heal their team. You know, get up in their face, you know. They're trying to fucking heal all their teammates, you know. Them all over there, they're getting low as shit. Bang. They can no longer heal. They can no longer heal because you're just going to eat up all their fucking heals. There's nothing they can do about it. So I feel like whilst Magneto's ult isn't insanely strong in comparison to some of the other ones in the game, it's just solid. Like, honestly, there is fucking nothing wrong with it. And I think it has actually a lot of playmaking potential. And it also has a lot of fucking utility as well. It's a defensive and an offensive ult. Just has plenty of utility. Now, something I also want to quickly point out. Press C. Bang. Free damage, free damage, free damage. You see, guaranteed auto lock, instant fucking auto aim, you know? Like, it's just solid. Great option to have. Sweet. So, last thing, he does have his levitate. Yep. So the way you're going to want to play Magneto, if you don't already know, he's a point tank. The best thing he's for is for pushing the payload. Actually, I'll just get into some gameplay. I'll fucking show you. I'll show you versus fucking telling you. Let's fucking get amongst it, boys. Let's get amongst it. Alrighty, so we're getting into a game now, and we got the fucking a diamond game at the moment. So depending on who we all got, so we got a hella. Okay, so we got a bit of a poke comp, but we also got a fair bit of anti-dive with this. I think Groot's a good band. If you aren't tracking already, so a lot of people have probably seen and tracking the absolute surge of Groot bans, and if you're not understanding why, that's fine. The gist is that nobody likes the fact that his walls impede your healing, and they're up constantly. So, for example, his Ironbark wall, 750 health. If you're a Cloak and Dagger and you're doing, what, 15, 20 damage a shot, it takes a metric fuck ton to actually get the heals onto the opponent, or onto your teammate, sorry. So that's the gist, right? That is the gist of why he's banned so frequently at the moment. So a Bruce ban, that's actually probably good for our team. I do think we have anti-dive, and I do think as a fucking Bruce main that you know, a good Emma Frost is an absolute fucking problem for Hulk, or if you have a good Wolverine. However, honestly, it might be a good shout, you know. At the end of the day, he has a lot of utility. He has the garlic breath as well. I think Rocket's a solid band. It's a very, very, very difficult into anti-dive, you know. Our Iron Fist is going to get next to no value, assuming they have a good Rocket. Rocket's just so solid when it comes to, you know, burst healing, group healing. He has the revive. Honestly, he is amazing. His ult is honestly probably the only fair and balanced support ult, in my opinion.
I have found a greater cause.
So, on this map, there's a lot of fucking little nooks and crannies, and we're going to want to take advantage of hanging near the point, but also you sort of want to just constantly be behind cover, you know. We don't have to have a beam like Emma Frost or anything, so we can take little pot shots, you know, bang, bang. Play by cover, always stick by the cart. If you're not tracking, you get 50 health. Actually, I want to say like maybe 10 health a second or something being on the cart. You're constantly healing, you do good damage, and you can dance around the cart, you know, like this as well. We don't have anyone to take high ground, but you always got to check that the enemy doesn't. Emma Frost, so we want to keep our distance. Break the shield, always do damage to the shield. Push them back, you know, push them back, push them back. Keep an eye on your teammates, make sure they're not getting too low. Dance, dance, dance. Accidentally got a kill there, sweet. Just by popping constant damage, constant damage. Sweet, these guys are getting fucking thumped, that's good. So because of the situation they're in right now, you're going to want to take the space. We have a big fucking health pool. Disregard what I said about the camping by the payload. See, look at here, right? On this part of the map, we have range, so we can stick by here, deal damage here, and we have a health back there, assuming we need to get out. But because they have an angle here, we're going to hold this instead. Disregard. So they're pushing up pretty far. Gonna pop off the right click because they might destroy it. Fucking hell, potato aim, insane. Shoot the healer because we can. Gotta have my eye on the back line since I think they're getting dove. I heard a Psylocke. Keeping distance, keeping back. Firing off pot shots. Don't have my ult yet, that's unfortunate. Gonna try and get a shield there. Immunity, not immunity, but, you know, shoot him up. Oh, don't need that. That's fine though. That's fine. I think you saw the theory there, which was, you know, we got the fucking... Oh, sweet. Oh mate, spoofed his ult. Nice work. Damn bro, my aim is fucking atrocious at the moment. Oh shit. Okay, so... that was a pretty bad. I think I'm too busy trying to focus on talking. However, you know, it's probably one of the things I'm working on. So I should have had my shield up there. If you're not tracking Star-Lord, when he pops his E, he gets that massive... It's not necessarily just to confirm kills, it also builds ult really fast for him. So we're just going to move up and take the space, you know. Gonna fucking do that. Make sure no one important is going to get fucking hit by that. Sweet. My teammates are fucking smart. Now we can't take high ground, we don't have enough mobility, otherwise I definitely would. Sweet. This is probably a fucking free kill. Fuck. Fucking hell. That's egregious, bro. That was a throw by me, not even gonna lie. And then potato aim. Damn, I am playing like dog shit. There you are, just proves that to be a tank you don't need aim, which is fine. That fight, honestly, was good from our Emma Frost and Hela teaming up. Now I'm going to be paying attention, seeing he doesn't get too low. He is low as fuck, and when he gets close enough, I'm going to shield him. Never mind, he's going to fucking run it down a bit. Bro just ran it down, that's crazy. That is not worth the trade just there. Now we're going to intentionally go in front of the Hela because I have shields and she does not. My shield's health essentially means nothing. Fuck yeah. Get to... Fuck, missed. That was good on them, you know. Gonna try and space out. Nice work.
I am ready to put on a show.
If you're not tracking, when you pop that C, well, I have it bound to C. I think it's F for most people. It actually gives you a bit of an immunity as well, because you become invisible, and I'm pretty sure you're CC immune and everything. I don't know about anything else, so... Fuck. Okay, it's not Doctor Strange. There are something to note. You don't have that Doctor Strange shield where you can actually block the thing ult if you jump up in the air. Now we're going to want to put pressure on the fucking healers because they're the reason why they're pushing up so much. And I can't aim, so... Okay, who's he going for? Ping that bitch. Okay. Damn, bro. You can see how shit my aim is. Gonna try and get him. Fuck me, bro. This is egregious. That was egregious aim. That's insane. Thankfully, I'm not playing Hela or some shit. Got the flat cannon doing all the work for me. It's my first game on, so I want to apologise in advance. Not saying I have great aim, I play fucking Hulk, you know, but that's shocking. So now because of where we are, we're going to just take space, you know, we have an opportunity to just pop our shield. Constantly want to be doing damage though, where possible. Ping this area. Iron Fist should win that one, but we're going to pay attention to it. Okay, hopefully he doesn't run it down. Fuck, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Paying attention, trying to pay attention. Gonna come back. Okay, sweet. He just ran it down there. Nice, nice, nice. Oh. Not paying attention to that Star-Lord because he's isolated. Damn, bro. You see how shocking my aim gets when it's nice and close, eh? Damn. Sweet. So the goal is, again, we're just going to take the space. You know, we're going to move up. We have this little bit of cover here. We also have cover here as well as a health pack. So that's why we're going to try and hang out. They have a magic now. Definitely could have shielded that. But you also do want to take some free damage if you can for your healers to get their ults. And also you want to hit some shots if you feel like it. Obviously you don't have to. Look at me, you know. Don't do as I say, not as I do, you know. Hit your fucking shots, bro. Don't be terrible. Gonna block that magic ult because it's free value. Damn. Now this might be a good ult opportunity for the C&D, or correction, they don't have one anymore, I don't think. But you just want to be cognizant of it. Now that Loki's by himself, that's the real one, you can tell because he's moving around. They do have it. Sweet. I've originally popped that to stop the Star-Lord getting value, but we ended up getting a kill with it as well. So that was actually pretty happy with at the end. So overall, I think, aside from my mechanics, and also, I'm not going to lie, I got really good at practice talking as I'm playing. It's sort of hard to think and do at the same time. I feel like, you know, I've got fucking hamster running on a wheel, you know. I can't think and do it at the same time. But as you can see there, one of the things I'm always trying to do is I'm always trying to maintain keeping my cover. I'm always trying to maintain doing damage, you know. I'm always shooting, even if I'm not sure if they're in range. And, you know, even when I couldn't see with the C&D ult, constantly shooting, you know. I have a flat cannon. It's going to do damage. It's not always going to be heaps of damage, but it's free damage that I'm going to deal, you know. Arguably, yes, you know, oh, the healer ults or whatever. Nah, mate, you just want to keep shooting, you know. You just want to keep shooting, doing damage where you can. And when it comes to the shield is shift, don't get me wrong, there was times where I should have used it. Like when that magic popped her fucking sword and let it full charge up, then just shot it at me. She's trying to build up her ult, you know, so that's what that's going to do. I should have definitely put my shield up there, but you know, it's all hindsight. Now what you're going to want to do as a mag player is you're going to want to pay attention where your team's all set up. Because they're setting up here, I'd argue here's not too bad of a spot because you can take little pot shots here, and you also got a little health pack just around the corner there. Up top is good, but I don't have that really great mobility, so I can't get up. So I'm just going to camp around the little corner here. Maintain space, do damage. Didn't put it up quick enough. Fire off little pot shots. Shooting at the, not always just trying to shoot at the tank. Trying to shoot at the fucking, damn. Paying attention. Oh, damn. I fucking, you heard me click it. I just didn't fucking go off in time, I guess. Fuck, and I missed the fucking Loki. Okay, he's gonna go for that fucking spin to win to get his ult up. Piss it off a bit. He's trying to build ult, you know, so you gotta try and hinder that if you possibly can. And he just ran it down, bro. I couldn't put a shield on him. I think our team's just getting a bit cocky. That's fine. We gotta fucking play properly. Okay. Shooting at the Loki because I don't have my ult. Nice. If they do pop Darkchild, Darkchild does have the ability to kill them in their ults, all the healers. So you're gonna want to try and prevent that. Now, obviously, they weren't prepared for the who are they going for? Sweet. So now we're gonna take back that space. Will not get my ult in time. That's fine. Fucking idiot. Sweet, because of that they're low, you're gonna want to take advantage of the situation, finish them off. Okay, sweet. Just don't want to finish them. They're all low. They got no healers now. Now, don't get me wrong, they're gonna want to die too, and you know, because they don't want to get staggered. However, I'd also argue that we're getting ult charged now. Obviously, I won't be because I'm full, but we're dealing damage, you know, so any damage is good damage. I don't have my shield, but just trying to pay attention, you know, get some damage. Now we're behind. I'll pop the C. Just it's free and easy, fucking escape. I'd rather guarantee my life, you know. Play the life. Sweet, lucky, good react from me. Going for the squishier targets if I can. You know, this little bit of damage that I'm going to do to their backline, even if it's not much, it's keeping them back, you know. It's making them nervous. Sweet, so now what we're going to save my ult for is any healer ult to try and get a fucking kill. Good chance I'll try and match it. Because it's so far back, I will wait out. I'm more if they're going to try and use it and take space. Yep. Fucking hell, that was there. That was bad. Yeah, sweet, we're probably dead here. Yeah, fuck. Okay, I definitely could have played that better. That was good on that cloak and dagger. The reason why that was sort of a bit of a dog shit situation because I didn't have my I didn't pop my ult soon enough, and obviously you gotta let your ult charge, you know, unless they feed it, like, you have to let your ult charge, otherwise you're not gonna get the one shot. Nothing sucks more than actually hitting it. You know for a fact you hit it, but they fucking lived because you were impatient. Sweet. Go for that con. Get him off the high ground. Gonna shield him. Any important? I'm gonna play my life a bit here. Oh, fuck. Okay, so we're gonna try and execute the healers. Yeah. Can we save anyone? Just gonna play point now. Try save you a bit. Try and finish him off. I didn't have my shield there. Again, we're going to try and live. Just pump out damage as much as you can. Hopefully this dude's going for the right people. Don't seem like it. Going to try stay on point. Okay, he's going to go for the fucking healers. Play for our life. that's alright. So I feel like that fight was a bit of a fuck fight. Obviously, I'm just not getting any shots, I'm just not getting any damage. There you can see the C in action, you know. It's a free life save, you know. It moves the opposite to where you're going, so if you ever are coming across, you're going to want to, like aside from forward and back, left and right are inversed. In future, if you are ever playing against a Psylocke or a Magneto, just assume, you know, wherever the health pack is or wherever the cover is, that's probably the real one. I digress. Where is he? Yep, sweet. Nice work. Fuck, it is tough in a fucking CC meta, bro. It's just unfortunate. Try and pay attention. Get that damage out. Okay, sweet. So now that Magic's not going to want to push up. So what we're going to do, stay near point so we get that little bit of extra comeback. Sweet, didn't pop my shield in time.
You cannot hurt me.
Just sort of just be patient a little bit. Miss. That's a part of the plan, you know, missing. That's just a warning shot.
I feel like myself again.
Do damage to the shield. Takes long for them to get it out, and when they get it out, it'll be a worse shield. Fuck. Okay, I hit him. Damn, bro. I actually can't hit a single one today. My highlight reels are a fucking scam, bro. Sweet. Going for them because they have the lowest health pool. Who's important? Who's important? Oh, damn. Gotta save the healers. You wanna do damage. Watch out for where the healers are. They're probably gonna break it, that's why I put a shield on. Just sort of playing near the healers, you know. Oh fuck, I went to go shield, I was just too slow. Fuck. That was a good dive by that Magic. They could see we're all splitting up, we're all slowly dying, so we just ran it in there. Start confirming kills. That was good work. Sweet, I wonder if we have a cheaper town hall that's going to save us. Might do. Really quick fucking... Oh, he should have popped it sooner if he does. Got a touch. Nice work. With how aggressive he was running up, you could probably infer that he had ult. Going for the fucking healer. Oh shit. Keep going. Finish the kills. Fucking hell. I couldn't hit a fucking nothing, bro. I'm actually dog shit. Not gonna lie, because of that, they're probably gonna get back in time. Oh, sweet, they C9. Thank fuck for that. Overall, I think that game, honestly, I think I played alright Magneto, and my ults were fucking shocking. I did get lucky kills here and there. But I think overall, I did sort of display what he does well. So obviously what you're going to want to do is play behind cover, do consistent damage. You do have a tiny bit of burst, however it's not insane and that's not really what you use him for. Now, I didn't get an opportunity, I think, to use his one-tap combo, and honestly with my fucking aim, there's probably no chance that was going to happen anyway. But yeah, so I think overall, I think that was a pretty good demonstration. I think my team was actually really solid there. I think that was a bit of a team diff. I think the other team's DPS was pretty excellent. I'm not really too sure where they went wrong. I think their thing ran it down a little bit hard. How many times did he die? Yeah, 12. Like, as you can see there, we're Magneto. You know, we stay alive. We deal consistent damage. We block good damage. We have good support with our ult. And I think we're just overall good utility, you know, even though it doesn't come across as, you know, how many times did you save someone's life with a little bit of CC or etc, etc. A good Magneto is definitely something that you should try and learn for yourself because, like I said, he rarely ever gets banned. I've never personally seen him get banned. consistent, strong, great character. Anyways, I'm going to call it there for the video. I think I'm just starting to ramble. But yeah, if you guys want to see a whole guide or any other guide, feel free to let me know. If you're actually, let me know what sort of videos you want to see. I'm still very new to this, and I'd absolutely love to start posting more. I will be going on a bit of a hiatus, unfortunately, because of work. There's not much I can do about it. I think I'm going away for about 3 weeks. Not next week, but the week after. But with all that being said, please, if you got anything any criticism, any comments, please let me know. But aside from that, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.